Once upon a time, there was a nation which was strong and true. It started out in a grassroots sort of way, with people opening their minds to the thought that things could be done differently than they had been done before, that people could have enough common sense to be able to know whether they were capable of doing something and doing it right. They would put forth effort into building up their communities, working together, talking to each other about the events of the day, and each person's opinion was heard and respected. It held up ideals like equality, free trade, and the thought that each person could make of themselves whatever they wanted to be if they put their minds and their hearts into it. There were many that came along that thought what this nation had done, what this nation had built up for itself and its people, was a bad idea. "These people are not in our control," they said, as they counted their stacks of stolen gold and filthy lucre. So these dark ones, these snakes without faces, tried to sneak into the nation, tried to poison it from within, a snake creeping upon a hare. But this nation, this hare, was too tricky for that. It saw these snakes without faces for what they really were, and banished them from the kingdom. But the snakes learned new tricks as well, and before long, tried again. This time, being more sneaky. This time, wearing disguises that made them look like the rest of the people. And soon enough, the people were fooled. They were bitten and poisoned from within. The rot did not show at first. That took some time. It was slow, a simmer, a small bit of the life spark that the nation had winking out bit by bit. It was not enough for the nation to notice, really, though some on the fringe tried to tell the others that it was there. No one believed them, though, and the rot continued on, bit by bit, one small spark at a time. A freedom here, a right there, a toleration of horrific things disguised by political correctness. All of these things combined to make the nation a little less than it was before, one day at a time. It soon came to pass that the nation, once a shining place with people that understood right from wrong, became a horribly disfigured version of itself. People walking the streets in ignorance of the suffering around them now was the watchword, when, not long before, would have been a call to action to solve as a community problem. Men became vile, laughing while pouncing on the weak and destroying any sense of humanity that they once held so dear. Women disfigured themselves for the sake of a magazine cover and thinking that what was wrong was right in a bid to become the next selfie star. People begged for more drugs, more pills, more of the creeping death to be injected into their systems as they listened to those in charge telling them the lies that they wanted to hear. The rot began to finally show on the outside. It wasn't long then before the other nations around saw what was happening and decided that now was the time to start dividing up the land for their own purposes. And those snakes without faces counted their gold and their filthy lucre, and threw what they had gained from the death of the nation into the pile of all the other nations that they had destroyed before, and looked around, waiting for the next one to come.